Mortal Kombat's chaos is not contained to just one world. It's an entire multiverse of realms colliding in brutal tournaments. Some fight for honor, others for power, and a few just want to watch reality burn. Earthrealm. If Mortal Kombat had a main stage, it would be Earthrealm, known to us simply as Earth. This rocky planet orbiting the sun is more than just home to humanity. In the Mortal Kombat mythos, it's considered the jewel of the cosmos, a realm so important that nearly every other world has tried, at some point, to conquer it. To safeguard such a vital place, the Elder Gods entrusted its protection to a divine overseer. That duty has rested for countless centuries on the shoulders of Raiden, the Thunder God, aided by allies such as Fujin, the god of wind, but gods alone don't hold the line. Earthrealm's defense has always depended on the courage of mortals, monks, warriors, and soldiers, who often find themselves thrown into conflicts far bigger than their own world. The origin of Earthrealm ties back to the shattering of the One Being, when the Elder Gods carved reality into separate planes of existence. What makes Earthrealm special is that it functions as a kind of universal power node, a focal point of energy and life that rivals seek to harness or consume. It's no wonder Earthrealm has endured near cataclysms, from Shinnok's ancient war with Raiden to Shao Kahn's brutal invasion, which nearly collapsed the realm entirely. Despite these dangers, though, Earthrealm's resilience inspired others. Edenia and even Vaeternus later rose in rebellion after witnessing Earthrealm push back against tyranny. While humans are the most familiar inhabitants, Earthrealm's history stretches deeper. The Saurians, or Zaterrans, were actually the first intelligent species to evolve here, long before humanity. Nearly exterminated in the Divine Wars, they fled to Zaterra, leaving humans as Earth's dominant race. Humanity itself has always been distinct among the realms, short-lived compared to Edenians, less magically inclined than Outworlders, yet compensating with a knack for creativity, adaptability, and technology. Princess Kitana once remarked that Earthrealmers are unlike any other. And unlike many other realms, Earthrealm lacks a singular ruler. Its people live under monarchies, democracies, dictatorships, and everything in between. The Shaolin Temple of Light, the White Lotus Society, and later organizations like the Special Forces were established to prepare Earthrealm's defenders for the inevitable. Religion and philosophy also shape life here, from the disciplined Shaolin monks like Liu Kang and Kung Lao to village traditions rooted in deep Buddhist practices. Culture thrives even in the face of chaos. Rice wine brewers boast their product could put Outworld's liquor to shame, while fishing, trade, and craftsmanship highlight the simplicity of life between invasions. Of course, Earthrealm's greatest equalizer is technology. It embraces engineering to bridge the gap between mortals and magic. From Jax's bionic arms to the Lin Kuei's infamous cyber initiative that transformed warriors like Cyrax, Sector, and Smoke into killing machines, humanity continually reinvents itself. The Special Forces also deploy super portals and advanced weaponry, while mercenaries like Kano turn cybernetics into both a weapon and a market. Earthrealm's technology is so coveted that even Outworlders smuggle and import it, acknowledging that what mortals lack in mystical power, they make up for in invention. Earthrealm is a realm that should have fallen countless times, yet it endures because its defenders just refuse to quit. Every Mortal Kombat tournament, every clash between gods and mortals, inevitably circles back to Earthrealm. Outworld. For millions of years, this Outworld has been synonymous with conquest, bloodshed, and ambition. This realm story begins with Onaga the Dragon King, its first known ruler, who expanded his empire through brutal campaigns of absorption. Though Onaga would eventually be overthrown by Shao Kahn, both emperors shared the same vision: endless conquest. What neither knew was that their drive for domination was in part the lingering echo of the One Being, urging them to rebuild what the Elder Gods had torn apart. Outworld is less a single realm than a composite patchwork of stolen worlds, fused together through sorcery and force. Its landscapes reflect this fractured history. Small villages dot the wastelands, while cities like Lei Chen and Zu'un-Kara rise as centers of power. In the new era, Outworld's capital, Sun Do, is portrayed as a vibrant, multicultural metropolis, but beneath the veneer lies the same truth. Outworld is a realm where strength rules all. The people of Outworld reflect its violent, hybrid nature. Native-born Outworlders appear human but live longer and wield magic more naturally. Then there are the mighty Shokan, four-armed half-dragons like Goro and Shiva. the warlike Centaurians, locked in a bitter rivalry with the Shokan, and the savage Tarkatans, feared nomads with blades on their arms and a taste for flesh. Other races, the insectoid chitin, the vampiric denizens of Vaeternus, and the proud but nearly extinct Osh-Tek, all call Outworld home, either by choice or by conquest. And let's not forget Outworld's science projects. Creations like Melina, the hybrid clone of Kitana and Scarlet, the bloodborne sorceress raised by Shao Kahn himself. Outworld doesn't just conquer things, it experiments, reshapes, and weaponizes even its people. Culturally, Outworld is a strange mix of brutality and sophistication. Its architecture draws from East Asian and Middle Eastern influences. Its people trade and travel aboard giant dragonfly transports, and its warriors consume Outworld wine, though even they admit Earthrealm's rice wine is superior. Yet beneath those details lies a society obsessed with hierarchy. Outsiders, mutants, and conquered peoples, whether Tarkatans in the wastes or Zaterrans in the shadows, often live as outcasts or slaves, distrusted by the ruling elite. Shao Kahn's regime thrived on this cycle of oppression, keeping his empire together through fear, war, and constant trials of strength. The new era reshapes Outworld into something closer to paradise, ruled by Sindel's lineage and marked by lush landscapes and benevolent magic. The living forest becomes a place of honor rather than horror, and Sundo flourishes as a beacon of unity. But old wounds remain. Tarkatans, Zaterrans, and Chitans still face prejudice, and peace is fragile in a society where strength defines worth. Outworld might smile under Sindel's crown, but its history is steeped in conquest, and its people are never that far from bloodshed. Edenia. Lush, fertile, and almost utopian in appearance, Edenia resembles the mythic Garden of Eden that inspires its name. Towering palaces rise above fields of green, rain nourishes rivers that sparkle like crystal, and artistry flourishes in every corner of its culture. To outsiders, Edenia seems like a paradise, but its history is one of suffering, betrayal, and survival against impossible odds. The Edenians are direct descendants of the gods themselves. Unlike Earthrealmers, they possess an innate affinity for magic, slowed aging, and lifespans that stretch across millennia. Princess Kitana is over 10,000 years old, yet carries the appearance of a young woman. Edenians are famed not only for their beauty, but also their sophistication. Artisans, warriors, and sorcerers who elevate both magic and culture to their highest form. Their cuisine is legendary too. The delicacy known as Edenian pie is so coveted that even Shao Kahn's soldiers would fight for a taste. For centuries, King Jared ruled alongside his queen, Sindel, with their daughter Kitana as heir, but their dynasty was shattered when Edenia fell to Shao Kahn after losing 10 consecutive Mortal Kombat tournaments. In the wake of their defeat, Jared was slain, Sindel was forced into a political marriage with Kahn, and Kitana was adopted as his daughter, raised in ignorance of her true heritage. Outworld annexed Edenia for thousands of years, exploiting its people and enslaving its culture. Though eventually freed by Kitana and the forces of Earthrealm, Edenia never truly escaped its scars. Despite its turmoil, Edenia is fiercely defended. The Edenian Imperial Guard serves as the Crown's elite military force, while the Edenian Resistance, led by Jade, and once supported by Rain before his betrayal, fought tirelessly against Outworld's occupation. Yet Edenia's strength lies not only in its soldiers, but also in its gods. Argus, the realm's protector deity, wielded unmatched divine power, and his wife Delia, a sorceress who foresaw Armageddon, safeguarded Edenia with visions of destiny. Their sons, Taven and Dagon, were cast into slumber to fulfill a prophecy that would decide the fate of all realms, but betrayal twisted that destiny. Dagon awoke early, murdered his parents under Shinnok's manipulation, and plunged Edenia into further chaos. Today, Edenia stands free, with Sindel and Kitana at its helm, but its freedom is fragile, and its history teaches that paradise doesn't last forever. In Mortal Kombat, Edenia is not merely a backdrop, it is the embodiment of what is most precious, and what is most at risk when the realms clash. Seido. Known as the Realm of Order, Seido derives its name from the Japanese word Seido, meaning structure or system of organization. The term could not be more fitting. Seido is built upon a foundation of rigid rules, ceaseless governance, and a cultural obsession with hierarchy. Visually, Seido is strikingly different from the savage lands of Outworld or the lush beauty of Edenia. Its geography consists of highlands made up of narrow, bridge-like walkways suspended over endless voids. From these great expanses, towering trees climb skyward from unseen depths, and fountains spill streams of water into nothingness, disappearing as if swallowed by the realm's own strange laws of physics. Homes and temples are built upon these precarious paths, but the Seidens themselves show no fear of falling. They are beings adapted to their environment, moving with a sense of purpose and urgency. Each town within Seido is color-coded: Blue Town, Green Town, Red Town, and Gold Town, reflecting not only the hue of its buildings and roads, but also the gemstones for which it is known. From fire opals to winter stones, this gem-laden infrastructure suggests wealth, but not freedom. Seido society is as rigid as its architecture. To its people, freedom itself is forbidden, for freedom breeds anarchy. Anarchy breeds chaos, and chaos brings suffering. This philosophy permeates every layer of life. The Seiden Guard, led by the stoic commander Hotaru, enforces this strict code without hesitation. Their mandate is absolute obedience. Even the smallest infraction, such as breaking a curfew, can result in years of imprisonment. Safety and stability are guaranteed, but at the cost of individuality and liberty. For many Seidens, this trade-off is acceptable, even comforting. For others, it is intolerable. From this discontent emerged the Resistance, a revolutionary movement led by the rebel Darius. Unlike Hotaru and his loyalists, Darius believed that the endless web of laws had become suffocating, stripping Seidens of their humanity. His resistance employs guerrilla tactics, manipulation, and riots to shake the foundation of Seido's order. This constant tension has left the realm in a state of internal Cold War, its citizens caught between the hammer of the Guard and the firebrand rhetoric of rebellion. Even the mysterious mercenary Dairo walks a thin line, navigating between loyalty to the system and the lure of rebellion, embodying the personal conflicts that many Seidens face. Politically, Seido is believed to be a republic ruled by a senate, though the Seiden Guard wields the true power. The Guard's loyalty is not always to Seido's people, but to the abstract concept of order itself, which explains why Hotaru once allied with Onaga the Dragon King. Hotaru saw Onaga's potential to impose perfect order across the realms, even if that meant aligning with tyranny. This utilitarian brand of loyalty has often left Seido's stance in interrealm politics uneasy. They oppose Khaosrealm directly, locked in wars over water and ideology, yet they remain neutral or pragmatic with realms like Outworld and Edenia, prioritizing stability over morality. Ultimately, Seido is a realm defined by its paradox. It is beautiful, structured, and orderly, yet its society simmers with unrest. It promises safety, but breeds oppression. It despises chaos, yet mirrors it in its own way. For both order and chaos are extremes that deny the balance sought by the Elder Gods. Khaosrealm. If the realm of order is about law, control, and stability, then Khaosrealm is its perfect, screaming opposite. This is a realm where chaos isn't just a lifestyle, it's a religion. Forget governments, forget rules, there aren't any. The Khaosrealmers hold absolute freedom above all else, to the point where anarchy is the only system they recognize. They revel in contradiction, change, and disorder, treating chaos itself as divine. The realm's landscape mirrors its people, broken, fragmented, and utterly nonsensical. Floating rock formations drift across the skies, connected by strange, high-tech portals. Ancient temples stand scattered in reverence to chaos, while holy men kneel in prayer to nothing but disorder itself. And deep within the maddening labyrinths of Khaosrealm lies the Pool of Aging, a bizarre sight that makes travelers believe they've grown older or changed in ways they can't quite describe. Even the cemeteries here are sacred, worshipped as shrines to ultimate collapse, since death itself is seen as the greatest chaos of all. Khaosrealmers aren't just strange, they're unsettling. They're humanoid but warped, often scarred, tattooed, or twisted in very grotesque ways. Havoc, the realm's most famous resident, is the ultimate example, a self-proclaimed cleric of chaos who bends his own broken body like it's made of rubber. Even their speech patterns defy order, rambling contradictions, words spoken backwards, or answering a simple yes or no question with yes, no, yes, no, yes. They hate being asked questions since it forces a choice, and choice feels like control. Being attacked, they love it. To a Khaosrealmer, violence is a compliment. Randomness is arousal. and their favorite pastime is literally running in circles in a game with no rules called Everybody Runs Around. It's no wonder the Orderrealm covets this place, not just to impose law, but to take control of Khaosrealm's vast water reserves, which its people worship as the most chaotic of substances. In the old timeline, chaos reigned freely, but in Liu Kang's new era, Khaosrealm doesn't exist at all, at least not officially. Havok attempts to carve it out anew, flooding Seido's capital with Rain's help, and declaring the ruins a reborn Khaosrealm. Native or not, the realm has drawn others who can't stomach order, like fragments of the Black Dragon clan, who saw in Khaosrealm the purest kind of freedom. And if you dip into non-canon, even the Joker once joined Havok and Melina in using this chaos to invade Orderrealm. Because really, what better playground could the Clown Prince of Crime ask for than a world built entirely on madness? The Netherrealm. Comparable to the Hell of Abrahamic faiths or the Diu of Chinese mythology, the Netherrealm is not just a place of suffering. It is the living embodiment of corruption, rage, and endless war. It is a realm where the wicked are sent to burn for eternity, and where even the strongest mortals risk losing their very souls. Visually, the Netherrealm is almost always depicted as volcanic wastelands littered with crags, fiery fissures, and seas of lava. But it is not a uniform space. It is said to consist of many layers, each more hellish than the last. The higher levels may seem survivable to the damned, but the deeper one goes, the more twisted and horrifying the geography becomes. Prisons carved into rock walls, bridges spanning rivers of fire, and chambers where the screams of the tormented echo without end. The Netherrealm is also unique in that it actively resists goodness and purity. Unlike Earthrealm or Edenia, where both good and evil may walk side by side, the Netherrealm drains and corrupts anything virtuous. Magic users, no matter how powerful, find themselves weakened if their souls are untainted, while demons and corrupted beings grow stronger. This is why mortals like Scorpion, tainted by vengeance, can thrive here, while others wither. The Netherrealm has had multiple rulers, but its history is dominated by one name, Shinnok, the fallen Elder God. Cast down into the Netherrealm by the Elder Gods for daring to wage war against Earthrealm, Shinnok was imprisoned here for millennia. Eventually, he rose to power within the realm by overthrowing its previous ruler, none other than Lucifer himself. With the help of Quan Chi, his sorcerer acolyte, Shinnok reshaped the Netherrealm into his personal empire, using it as a staging ground for countless invasions of Edenia and Earthrealm. But Shinnok was not the only power to leave his mark here. Quan Chi, Noob Saibot, and the Brotherhood of Shadow turned the Netherrealm into a breeding ground for assassins and soldiers of darkness. At different points in Mortal Kombat history, warlords like Moloch and Dramin have also held sway, though more through brute force than actual governance. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Netherrealm is how it has acted as a crucible for rebirth. Mortal souls do not simply burn forever, they can be twisted into new forms. This is how wraiths, Oni, and other demonic entities are born. The former Sub-Zero, Bi-Han, became Noob Saibot after being corrupted here. The warrior Hanzo Hazashi was resurrected as Scorpion, his powers fueled by the infernal fires of the realm itself. Even entire armies of revenants, enslaved souls like Kitana, Liu Kang, and Kung Lao have been created here, forced to serve as pawns in Shinnok's wars. For all its torment, the Netherrealm is not empty. Entire societies of demons thrive here, although society may be too generous a word. The Oni, for example, massive rage-driven monsters like Moloch, are essentially beasts of war, incapable of higher thought. Other denizens, such as Sarina, Kia, and Jataka, retain human-like appearances but are bound in service to dark masters like Quan Chi. Even celebrations in the Netherrealm are horrifying. In Mortal Kombat Deception, Shujinko stumbles upon the Festival of Torture, an event where burning corpses are displayed for the amusement of the damned. If Earthrealm is the jewel of creation and Edenia the garden of paradise, then the Netherrealm is the festering wound of reality. Other realms fear it and avoid it, though alliances of convenience have been made, most notably with Shao Kahn and Outworld. Still, for most beings across the Mortal Kombat universe, the Netherrealm is not a place for opportunity. It is the end, the final punishment. And yet, from this pit of fire and despair have emerged some of Mortal Kombat's most enduring characters. Scorpion, Noob Saibot, Quan Chi, and even Shinnok himself all hail from here, shaping the realm into far more than a simple hell analog. The Netherrealm is not just the backdrop for damnation, it's one of the most influential forces in the entire Mortal Kombat saga. The Heavens. If the Netherrealm is Mortal Kombat's equivalent of Hell, then the Heavens are its shining counterpoint, a realm of infinite space, unshakable purity, and divine residence. It's where the souls of the morally righteous ascend after death, and where many of the pantheon of gods are said to dwell. Think of it as a blend of East Asian celestial imagery and Western depictions of paradise. Eternal skies light untainted, and a serenity so overwhelming that beings of corruption can't even exist within it. In fact, Scorpion's Deadly Alliance ending claims he was literally torn apart by the heavens' sheer purity. The heavens remain one of Mortal Kombat's most mysterious realms. The Elder Gods may not have originated here. Lore places their beginnings in the universe itself. But figures like Raiden, Fujin, and the elemental gods of earth, water, and fire are tied closely to its identity. The heavens then act less like a political stage, unlike Outworld or Earthrealm, and more like a cosmic anchor, a place of judgment, rebirth, and ultimate balance against the Netherrealm. Interestingly, Mortal Kombat Conquest added a more human twist to the mythology, showing how Shao Kahn tricked the Shakans into worshipping him as a false god. It's a reminder that while the heavens may symbolize ultimate truth, mortals often stumble in their interpretation of that. In the grand web of realms, the heavens don't wage wars or send armies. They're more a celestial constant, an ideal to strive for, a mystery to ponder, and the ultimate foil to the Netherrealm's endless torment. For Earthrealm's denizens, heaven is paradise eternal. For corrupted beings, it's instant annihilation. The Void. Originally depicted as the white space where the Elder Gods watched over reality, the Void evolved into something far more cosmic, a prison, and a failsafe. Soulnados sometimes serve as accidental gateways into the Void, though most mortals who stumble in never make it back. In MK11, it became the place where Kronika banished those who defied her, like Fujin, Nightwolf, and Shang Tsung. More recently, in Mortal Kombat 1's Chaos Reigns expansion, Liu Kang used the Void to imprison Titan Havoc, whose anarchic schemes threatened every timeline at once. The Void is less a realm people could live in and more a cosmic holding cell, an infinite reminder that in Mortal Kombat even the gods can be caged. And that's the tour of Mortal Kombat's realms, each one with its own rules, rulers, and plenty of reasons to throw hands. Which realm would you want to visit? Or better yet, which one would you survive in? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next gaming deep dive. We'll see you in the next one.